So a couple years ago, I did a review on this Amend2 AICS 5-round magazine. And in that video, I tested it with my Remington 700 308 and my Ruger American 450 Bushmaster. Now, both of these guns have the Magpul Hunter stock on them, and they both have the adapter to run the AICS pattern magazines. Now, both the 308 and the 450 Bushmaster fed perfectly out of this 5-round mag. But 450 Bushmaster can sometimes be a little problematic feeding out of an AICS mag. But it was not an issue with the Amend2 mag. Now, after I released that video, I had quite a few of you ask me in the comments to do a review on their 12-round mag. And I told you that I would, but then I forgot about it. Well, Amend2 sent out their 45L suppressor for me to do a review on, and I was super excited to get that on my 450 Bushmaster. And I figured since we were already going to the range to do a review on the suppressor, we might as well take the Amend2 AICS 12-round mag to the range and see how well this will work with the 450 Bushmaster. Alright, let's go over the packaging real quick. When you get one of these mags, just like the 5-rounder, they come in a Ziploc style bag. It'll say Amend2 Mod 2 right here. 12-round AICS short action bolt rifles. Over here it says 4-way anti-tilt super follower, heavy duty industry leading spring, and a rugged and reliable polymer design. And Amend2 mags are made in the USA. And here's what the back of the package looks like. Alright, now I'm going to give you a close-up look of what the magazine looks like. So on this side it says Amend2. On this side it says Made in the USA. And here on the bottom you got the famous number 2, just like all their other mags. And this is actually how you take them down for cleaning and maintenance. You're going to press in on the number 2. Slide your base plate off, and then you can pull the spring and the follower out. And speaking of the follower, that's what it looks like. It's a bright red follower. And here on the front of the magazine, you've got some texture here, and the same thing on the back. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before we head back out to the range is loading these mags. These mags load super easy. But one thing you want to keep in mind, this is a 12-round mag, but only for 308 6.5 Creedmoor. When it comes to 450 Bushmaster, you're only going to be able to get 8 rounds in this magazine. But they do load very easy. They would actually load a lot easier than that if I wasn't trying to do it under the camera. But there you go. That's what your 8 rounds look like once they're loaded in the mag. So let's head out to the range and see if this mag will run reliably. Alright, we got the mag full with 8 rounds. So let's see if they all feed. All right, well, as you can see, the Hornady Black 250 grain FTX bullets ran flawless in the Amend2 12 round mag. Now, this is the same ammo that I tested the 5 round mags with, and I had 0 issues with this in the 5 rounders. Now, the next round we're going to test gave me all kinds of problems. So let's head back out to the range and let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, these big bullets do not like this mag. All right, here we go. Wow. Okay. That was pretty quiet. I'm going to take my ears out. Might regret this, but that is crazy. Those 250 grainers will feed perfect with these mags, but it does not like these at all. There we go. Just had to feed it a little slow. All right, here we go without my ears in. All right, so that ammo that I was having all the problems with is the Hornady Subsonic 395 grain Sub X round. Now, I only showed you a couple of the issues that I had with a couple rounds, but this went on all day during the suppressor review. Now, I will say this was not just an Amend2 magazine issue. I took one of my Magpul AICS mags out there, and I was having the exact same issue with that magazine that I was with the Amend2. So I want to show you something here. This is the 250 grain Hornady Black, and as you can see with this bullet, it goes to a point, and you've got that red FTX tip right there at the tip of the bullet. Now this is the 395 grain Sub X round, and as you can see, it looks completely different than the 250 grain FTX. And the profile of this bullet, I do believe, is what was causing all the issues. Now I'm going to put these two side by side so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So the question is, do I recommend this Amend2 12 round mag? And I'm going to still recommend this magazine. And that's because it works perfect with the 250 grain FTX Hornady Black, and it also works great with the Hornady 250 grain custom rounds. And as far as my 308 Remington 700 goes, the rounds feed excellent out of this mag and that gun. But as far as those 395 grain rounds go, I think you're going to have issues with those no matter what AICS mag you try to feed those out of. And even if I do go deer hunting, I'm not going to use those 395 grain Sub X rounds because I use my own reloads for deer hunting, and I use a 225 grain FTX bullet. And off camera, I ran a mag of those through this magazine, and they ran fine as well. So as far as ammo goes, as long as you're using 250 grain bullets or 225 grain bullets with your 450 Bushmaster, I don't think you're going to have any issues with this magazine. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.